Okay, so real quick. Today is the 21st of February, 2021. And I'm going to continue with the reading on Roger Stone's End and, how it looks like, what his future is and what his end is going to look like. Since I got too sleepy last night, I did. It was just like, oof, somebody pulled the plug and I had to honor that. I'm learning, right? Okay. So again, we're going to use the beautiful night, the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot, which is quickly one of my favorite new decks. I have so many. Don't ever ask me which one is ever going to be my one favorite, because I don't have just one. And if you notice with this, one thing I noticed yesterday while I was editing, that though this box just has little white dots for the stars, in brighter dots and dimmer dots, sort of, it creates the optical illusion here of kind of a twinkling effect, even on video, which I thought was kind of cool. So one thing I found out that was interesting is Roger, I was right. I don't know what it was that I was looking at that gave the birth date for Roger as the August 27th. That is wrong. He is what I thought he is. He is a fire sign with a lot of air. He's a Sagittarius. And I think he has, what was it, Gemini moon or Leo moon? Here we go. Roger Stone. Let's set the record straight on him. He is a Sagittarius, birthday of December 18th, 1932. Dude, you're older than my dad. Wow. Yes, his moon is in Leo, his sun is in Sagittarius, his ascendant is Scorpio, his midheaven is Leo. And his dominants are Pluto, his sun, and Saturn, which is in... His Saturn is in Aquarius. That's Saturn, right? Yes. In his third house. Concentration, effort, perseverance. Okay. And his birth path is 9. His Chinese astrology sign is a water monkey. And as I was saying, the dominants for him are Pluto, his sun, and Saturn. Houses 2, 11, 10 are fire, water, and fixed. We're learning. What does that all mean? Well, we'll break it down. So we're going to look at Roger Stone's future. And again, I'm going to do 4 rows with 4 cards each. I read in pairs. So the first 2 rows will be his upcoming future. And the last 2 rows will speak about his end. Doing the little bit on the people's zodiac sign charts helps me a little bit more to dial in, even though I'm still a novice very much when it comes to astrology. I've been reading about it off and on lightly since I was like 12, so I don't have the patience to be an astrologer. That is so detailed, and I have nothing but respect for those that do. It's an amazing tool. And I do want to become better with it. How much better I'm going to become, I don't know, but, over time. Okay, so I'm asking Spirit, the Creator, the source of truth and love and justice and wisdom, to help us understand what is in Roger Stone's upcoming future and what does his end look like. I give thanks to Spirit. I ask to be shown just what we need to be shown, that we can learn from. Roger Stone. What is his future and what is his end? I give thanks to Spirit, my spiritual mentors, for helping me to dial in, and I ask that my spiritual mentors help me to read accurately and clearly. Okay. Roger Stone's future and end. All right, now I feel like I've shuffled enough. Let's go. We get the Sun right now. That's some kind of exposure. Well, that's tracking, because there is a new investigation, as my reading indicated, that looking into his and Jones' possible more involvement in the encouragement of the insurrection. 9 of Wands. So Roger is going to be taking up a defensive position with this exposure, big exposure hitting him. He's used to it. I mean, he's a criminal. I'm just getting, and I'm getting that is like words that are coming to me of like, this is this man's, he may have worked on campaigns, but he's been nothing but a full-blown criminal. Warrior of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups. Well, that's not going to look good for him. What a shame. Not. I feel like it's looking into where he's, what he's been working on. Where he's been putting his efforts. This is such a cool deck. It's kind of wild. I love bison, by the way. And so I think they're a majestic, beautiful, amazing creature. I love the shape of them. I know, it's one of those things, but some people like, pigs, frogs, whatever. I like bison. I think they are very cool. So, anyway, this is like a Joan of Arc type figure who's petting, the bison. Very interesting deck. Oh. Okay. There. And get a sip of coffee. Hold on a moment. Oh, you guys, the booklet that comes with this is really good. It's really, some are not well written. This one I highly recommend, especially if you're wanting, it doesn't matter if you're wanting to learn the tarot as a novice or as a more advanced practitioner. This deck is really, I really like the quality, for one thing, and is as an example, I'm going to read just what their definition of the Warrior of Pentacles, which is the warrior in this deck is the Knight, which makes sense. So as you know, the Knight of Pentacles is typically, it is the most patient worker and knight, warrior in the deck. Okay, truly. So this speaks about something that Roger's been working on, putting his efforts into, and trying to protect. But he's going to have to fight to protect what he's been working on. And he's going to try, but he's going to lose. Five of Cups in the future, that just is loss of something that here, that he put a lot, was very patient. When I got that, insight of that came to me about him, this is, he's used to dealing with the criminal justice system as a felon and as someone who has worked on campaigns. He knows. So he figures that if he just plays the game right, that he will manage to save the efforts that he's been working on that are getting exposed under this bright sun. But it's not going to, it's going to slip out of his hands, and it will come to naught with that Five of Cups. So then there is loss. He will lose something that he has been defending and trying to work on, because something here, it's indicating, is being exposed, and he's in a defensive position. And as always, the Nine of Wands is definitely about boundaries and protecting boundaries. And, these guys are never boundaries, schmoundaries. They believe that they're meant to be driven, and ground into the, dust. Justice. Well, he's going to have the law on his back. Awakening. Surprise, Roger! This is going to be the big one. He's got a big fight coming up. This is something much more profound, and something that I think he's been working on for a considerable length of time, putting a lot of effort into. He will not like this. The Moon. It's hidden, it's secretive, of course. It's clandestine, it's under the radar. And the Ten of Cups, falling under the Five of Cups. Wow. There is just, I'm feeling with this second row across, when I look at Justice, Awakening, the Moon, the Ten of Cups, I just feel that his Rolodex just gets exposed. I just feel that the connections that he has with other people and things that he has been working towards here, something for a long period of time, that he is going to lose in the future. And it's connected to a lot of other people. There's a heavy emotional and sense of satisfaction invested in it as well. And it is as shady as they come. It is a total stroll in the shade. And his dark journey, his dark efforts, his hidden efforts that he's been up to for a very long time here are going to come under, and as that, I believe, probably that investigation that's, and maybe that may not just be the only one. I'm wondering, could there be, because again, there is a feeling like once they begin to look into his and Alex Jones's activities behind the scenes and to do with the insurrection, they're going to find like that sweater I said that comes unraveled. It's just like more and more is just going to lead them, I think, deeper onto their dark, Roger Stone's dark secret path. Justice will expose him. And really take him to task. Okay. Excuse me. So, Roger Stone's future, these first, excuse me. Roger Stone's future looks like the law is going to get on to I just feel like with this new, I feel like I said before, this new investigation into his activities into the Capitol may not have that provocation that I do believe he is guilty of, may not carry a weighty, significant consequence of itself, but it's what they find by investigating that I think leads to something much deeper here. If you can catch what I'm trying to lay down. If you can dig what I'm laying down, man. And I just feel that with this, justice comes upon a much deeper pool of hidden information and work that he has long been involved in, where a loss is concerned, perhaps Trump's loss of the election. But he's been working away behind the scenes to try and do, I think, dirty work for Trump. Honestly, that's what it will, I think, expose, that there's greater efforts that he made very steadily to benefit Trump. Now, looking into his future, I'm going to go ahead. Well, maybe I won't take them all down, because sometimes when I glance up, it's helpful. So, excuse, I have made a mess. Excuse, please. Sorry. Alright, so here's that first line of the ending for Stone. This is his future right here. These two rows. Now, deep pockets. Somebody's got some deep pockets. He's protecting something about a great deal of money and various people in power, but this is the Ten of Pentacles. Has to do with people in power and a good deal of money that will be exposed. He's going to be on the defense about this large, big sum of money that is something that is discovered while he's under investigation. Justice, yes. It starts off with the smaller amount here of an effort that was made, I think, to launder or carry this money. Because this page, or this nymph of pentacles, makes me feel with this larger card here, that Ten of Pentacles, like this is at the beginning of an effort to do something with a great deal of money that is uncovered, and it has to do with the people behind that money, who's giving that money to Roger, and what's Roger trying to do with it, which is what he is trying to defend or protect in the future. But Justice catches wind of that Page of Pentacles, catches a receipt, and finds that receipt leads to something much greater with that 10. And it's like, oh, hey now, what's this? Something very revelatory is going to come out. It truly is the era of exposure. I'm telling y'all, we better not be any of us trying to get away with something. Don't do it. Do the right thing, because this is the era of you going to get caught. Universe is not having it. Peeps. Revolution is falling under. These are his end cards, shall we say. What is his end? So there is some huge change connected to do with his work. I feel like he handles bigger packages, so to speak, from one place to another for people. That he's money laundering or something along these lines. Again, my tarot readings are all for entertainment and are alleged, therefore understand that. Six of Cups. Well, this speaks about the past. People in his past that he has been connected to. People who have family names that are powerful, or well known, not unlike the Trumps, or family wealth, or he's worked for some big names, and he works for some big names that like to play dirty. He's their little. He thinks of himself. I saw this here earlier, and I just off camera thought I had an off camera chuckle. It's like he thinks of himself as their paid gun, their hired gun, like he's some tough guy. He's really not. He's a clown. He's just dirty enough and lucky enough and been lucky enough to get away with some of what he has. Clearly, he's not been entirely very lucky because he is a felon. But he's a career criminal. He is a glorified personal assistant for criminals, basically. But he's not the badass he thinks he is. He likes to think of himself. That's why I kind of laughed. It's like, oh, okay, you're a badass. Oh, yeah. Right on, dude. Yeah, sure thing. You with your Nixon tattoo on your back. There's a Queen of Pentacles. So we get a woman here. Or this is about wealth. And I feel like lifestyle, comfort. This is a woman he was connected to. Is she going to flip on him? Let me see now. Here's the very last one. Chance. Wheel. I'm going to say chance is the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, the 10. This is karmic with this person. What did I tell you? Yep. There is some karma that comes about towards his end of his life. And it has to do with wherein he has been manipulative and been part of being a trickster, a con person, a criminal, trying to manifest do people's dirty work for them so that they will be satisfied. He takes a big gamble here. There's a big gamble, and it doesn't pay off. I'm saying that not so much because of what I'm getting there, but because of the cards here, actually. Let me pull a couple extra. The Hermit and the 8 of Pentacles. So this is about work, the work he does, the work he's done. He has to abandon. No, not abandon, but it's, I was thinking 8 of Cups, but 8 of Pentacles is the work that he's done off the radar, where he's graduated to doing bigger and bigger, more and more significant work. Handled it. Does a lot of traveling. Did a lot of traveling. Okay, that's what I channeled through those cards just now. And let me go back to the woman, because I feel like she holds and has helped him maybe do this work. This Queen of Pentacles, she would be an earth sign. This is in his future. Somebody that's helped him do this work. She will flip on him. And about traveling, and I think telling about the work she did, there's just some big gamble here and a flip. So let's see about that. 3 of Cups. There is celebration, or this involves, often to me, this is a social link. Reclamation. Somebody doesn't want to be connected to him anymore, this woman, in the future. That's why she flips on him. She wants to be welcomed back into society. So there is some karma here that comes with this woman. Because she is another one. That's interesting. Is it possible that it could yet be, even if it isn't somebody that Roger Stone is, say, I think it's somebody that's worked with them. I don't see him having any kind of intimate relationship with this woman, Don't see that, but I see work. I do. And I do believe that she's been helping him. She would be someone who has been helping, working alongside him to derail, democratic efforts and victories, elections, this sort of thing. So I'm going to have to look through all those crazy ladies. What's her name? Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene. Those types. So I don't know who she is, to be honest. But she's all about those coins. And she knows about a money deal and about movement of money. And I think she's going to flip the script on Roger. Pardon me a minute. I'm going to put this on pause. I have to clear my throat. Okay, now this literally here with the revolution, and when we go vertical, the Nymph of Pentacles, this is his connection, I believe, to insurrection and coup attempt work, that kind of dirty work. He's absolutely active in doing this. So when this spotlight in the future gets thrown on him, it's going to affect Trump because he's actively still working on that agenda for him. And it will expose a deeper and more important, significant information about people that are involved. Stone is just like their errand boy. He likes to think of himself as some tough guy, oh God, it's so pathetic. He likes that, he thinks he's kind of like an outlaw, that knows powerful people. It's all ego for him. It's just so stupid. Ugh. Anyway, he's going to get exposed. The thing that he fears the most, which is the people that he networks with and help supply him with a nice fat wad of cash, and the lifestyle that he enjoys, that's going to dry up. He's going to be betrayed by somebody, a woman, I see. Now, she's going to flip on him because she wants to rejoin society. I think she's under some kind of idea that if she, I don't know, comes forward with information connected that, of Stone's activities with money and moving things and, doing these errands, these favors that would more deeply implicate him. This woman, I think, will talk because she's looking at wanting to come back in from the cold. And she's seeing that he's somebody that she could basically cash in, and it's going to be worth it to her. Now, this to him is going to be rather stunning. This is somebody that was deep in it with him. Two of Cups. Under the Hermit. This is somebody that he did a lot of really cloak and dagger, but on the sleazy skeezy side. Yeah, this person's going to fill in some gaps of knowledge. I just get this. By somehow either being exposed or coming forward, I just definitely feel like this person does not value stone anymore. And he just seems like to wherein either maybe it's the money, but this Queen of Pentacles, it feels like a person. Feels like a person, a woman. She provides, there's something around her, and maybe there's something she does that she gets in trouble for, and she is put in a position to have to say something. But I'm feeling that she has endured some kind of having to go off the radar and in the future, and that she'll be wanting to come back in. And the way to come back in will be to, frankly, cash in her Roger Stone ticket. You know, she's got some receipts of some kind, some knowledge. And I believe that this was such a key, one of the figures, one of the key players, that he wouldn't think that she would do that. You know, I think that's going to take him maybe a little bit off guard. There's a feeling that that might be a bit of a surprise. But it looks like to me this woman faces some kind of ostracization, and she realizes that Roger Stone information and what she did with him, and knows about operations that he was involved in. She understands that that is going to be very worthwhile for the law at the end of the day. And the interesting thing is with Roger, this goes on for a while. I don't see him, pardon me, I feel like, I don't know how to put this, but I feel like Roger may last a little longer than, let's say, Alex Jones. That's what I see. There's just, people have different karma, they have different things that it's, I'm not the one that does this. It's just I'm reading a newspaper, people. This is like a newspaper, a spiritual newspaper. Two of Wands. So there's this social connection. This is about where somebody is doing something out of personal interest. They are using him and their connection to him to fill in gaps of information, because it's going to benefit them to be able to come back into society in some way. But it won't benefit him. A Queen of Wands. This woman wants to expand her horizons. And this work, she's somebody that's worked with him. And she just has now there's a couple women. I see a couple of women that have worked with him, may end up having to, or finding that at least one of them, the Queen of Pentacles, says, I've had enough of being ostracized and trying to rough it on the fringes and lying low. I want to be back in the game. And so they're willing to use what they know about, it looks like, his activities on the that are off the radar in the playbook, and this lady's got receipts. And then I see another lady here, and it looks like she too may be considering doing the same thing. So I feel like the law might be able to, or maybe getting some phone calls from these ladies that are saying, hey, you know, Roger Stone, let's have a chat. Are you free for tea? And this guy, you know, for him, now we got a fight on our hands. Now these two women stir something up further into the future. This guy has a while yet. He's not going anytime soon off the planet. Looks like. Warrior of Cups, yeah. Five of Wands. It becomes kind of personal. Yeah, because they've offered something up. Eight of Cups. Oh yeah, they turned their back on him. Oh, they spilt the tea on him. They've abandoned him. They're fighting with each other and about how to some kind of offer. I think they want to make an offer of information, or there's two women and there's information because they've worked with him, and they're gonna flip on him. It will be to their advantage, and I think there could be a little competition between the two women of who has the best tea. Maybe, I don't know. There's a little something like that there. Warrior of Wands. Now we have activity going on here. A more expansive, energized activity. Oh my God, look at this. Eight of Wands. And it just is directed. It has Spirit of Wands. The Ace of Wands. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is a big, fiery situation of arguing, battling. Wowsies. These women are aggressive in their desire to expand, or this could also just be that of the law. Once these ladies spill the tea, okay, yeah, the law expands and has a direct focus, and they go active on with that Ace of Wands, and it just opens up this other investigation or of something that's really active. Do you see? You can practically see smoke rising in this. I mean, Warrior of Wands, Three of Wands, Eight of Wands, Spirit of Wands, which is Ace. Wowzers, this goes on. So Rogers, I think, takes pretty good care of himself, despite the fact some of these other guys, I think, like Alex, I see checking out sooner than he would probably think, as a possibility. If not, that could just be like he has, maybe the mental break would just be that he would then maybe need to be hospitalized or something. I'm trying to be humane here, because I'm not like them. And also honest, because the radical change for him that I saw, but somehow I think I think he's just, with his florid nature, I think Alex could just fizzle out, he could just finally, but Roger Stone, not so much. He has some staying power, but he is going to get into some great big trouble by women who have worked with him in doing some shady business. I cannot believe this is exciting here to me. Temperance, yes, they'll figure it out. And the Five of Swords, he is going to lose. Nine of Pentacles. His personal wealth and freedom. He's going to lose those things. And I believe it also shows wealthy people who have helped him to get out of trouble. If there has been a fine or legal fees, this kind of stuff, I see somebody there that's been paying that bill. Something about that. Somebody who's sprung him from prison helped him. I'm getting something about that. So that he could get back out there and work for him, do more dirty work. God, reading on these people. Ace Cups, somebody's spilling more tea, lots of feels, and lots of anxiety and worry for the Raj. Now he starts to sweat it and overindulge a bit. Might spill some beans himself if he's under the influence. Yeah, he's wanting to hold those secrets, but they want to come out, and the star says they will, for everybody to see. Wow. It's going to put also the secret connection he has to big name people that wanted to remain in the background, in the quiet. That radioactive connection will expose them just as brightly as it does Roger. And this is why he is significant, because it's all the creeps that he has been a hired gun, like a fixer, to do dirty work for. He thinks he's this great fixer. And he's really been able to do what he's been able to do because people that have access to wealth have been able to free him up. Not because he was necessarily good and brilliant. No. He wouldn't have gotten caught. He's gotten away with a lot, but there's some great big thing here yet, folks. Great big interesting ball of wax on this dude that two women again, but they've worked with him or they come across some information, I don't know, somehow they got the receipts and they flipped the script. They're gonna want to come back in from the cold, and between these two women there may be even a little bit of tension of whose tea is better about Roger and more valuable. That's the feel that I get, Both these women are going to want is like Roger's going to become suddenly, I think, his activities and these women that have kind of worked elbow to elbow with him, that kind of behind the scenes will really floor him. They are going to be the ones that for their own benefit karmically, they flip on him. And he's just going to be like, what? He's going to be in huge trouble. And because it's going to expose big name people that he's been working for, that, you know, he's toast. You know, this is his bread and butter being exposed. The bread and butter that gets him out of trouble. So that saga's going to go on for a while. I'm going to stop here, though, because we are at 50 minutes. That is going to be my reading for Stone today. I might try and do one more, but that's pretty heavy. So thank you for if you've managed to wade through all of this. I'll see you in the next video. All right, I'm going to do a video on the Cleveland serial murderer that has not yet been found. And there were 4 deaths that may be linked to more. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing next. Please like and subscribe if you haven't, and thank you so much. See you in the next video.